Tennessee Volunteers used to be one of the best programs in college football, and today we are going to rebuild them to get back to that point. To help us do that will be former five-star quarterback Nico Iamaleava. He is a player who got $8 million to come to Tennessee, and he's the perfect man with the tools that he has, the skill set that he brings to the table. He'll be the perfect quarterback to help us rebuild the Volunteers. We are going to go with the new SEC with Texas and Oklahoma joining. And we obviously start off with recruiting. I think Tennessee is in a good place where you can get some solid recruits. The state of Tennessee provides a lot of talented players, and that's perfect for this rebuild. We're obviously going to get rid of Joe Milton. We don't want to have him starting things off, and recruiting is getting off to a little bit of a slow start, but we are going to get guys nonetheless. Our first big test comes against the Oregon Ducks, and it's going to be a tough game. Oregon is the eighth best scoring offense in the country. That will make life difficult for our defense. And Nico gets off to a little bit of a slow start. Oregon has his number early on, gets to him in the backfield with a sack, and we're hoping to see the arm talent, which we do. Hits Warren on a nice gain, a nice pickup of 22 yards. His running ability is really underrated. I think that Nico can run the ball really well. We saw that in the bowl game, and now you're seeing a guy that's just figuring things out as a passer. We do get in the end zone with Dylan Sampson, and we add another score later. Sampson gets on the board once again. So it's a 14-0 lead, and Nico is starting to show off his arm talent as well, but he does throw a pick there. Not a smart decision by us here to turn the ball over. Oregon does score, but we respond with the touchdown to put us up 21-7. It was a good game for Tennessee overall as we come away with a big win over the number 11 Oregon Ducks. We already have recruits ready to visit, which is a good sign, and we do get our first commit in cornerback Justin Rice. Our secondary needs some help, so that is going to address one of our needs. Our offensive line is another need as well. SEC East matchup against South Carolina, not as good as Oregon, but it's still a good test for us to showcase what we can do. We get off to a slow start, down 10-0, but Nico shows off his arm talent, hits Dante Thornton deep downfield for a 58-yard touchdown. We end up tying it up later in the game, and our defense steps up in a big way, gets a stop there. And as Spencer Rattler is dropping back to pass, throws it deep, and we can't cover Juice Wells. That is a huge touchdown for South Carolina. And later, Spencer Rattler's actually going to hit DeCarrion Joyner and make us look absolutely ridiculous. It's now 24-10. Nico's trying to get everything back in one play late in the first half. He throws a deep pass squirrel right, and he has a nice completion to squirrel right. We're going to get within one score. Really need a score here. Nico's dropping back to pass, dumps it off short, and it's going to be a pickup of 5. Sets up nicely to hit squirrel right for a touchdown to tie this up at 24. South Carolina gets the ball back, and Spencer Rattler is looking to run. He turns the ball over. We pick it up. Can't return it there, but we do get the ball back. Nico hands the ball off to Jabari Small, and suddenly we have a 31-24 lead. South Carolina is not going anywhere as they hit Brown over the middle, and some missed tackles make us look bad, but we are hoping to get a stop on 3rd and goal. Rattler gets hit, then almost turns the ball over. They do get a field goal out of it to make it 31-27. We're not wasting time here. Early in the fourth quarter, going deep once again, and our wide receivers are getting a lot of separation. In the red zone, we punched in for a score. Jabari Small adds another one to give us a good cushion, and we do get a 10-point win, 45-35 over South Carolina, over a rival in the SEC East. A good way to get our season going. We're getting some commits with our success. That's really good. Have 3 commits there. Focus our attention on other areas of concern. We do have the secondary as still in need, even though we signed Justin Rice. A tough test against Alabama is up next, and we get off to a tough start. Incompletion pressure is forcing Nico to make some tough decisions, also forcing him to escape the pocket. Does throw a nice dart to Dante Thornton there, but our defense is struggling to get stops. Jace McClellan is going to punch it in to give Alabama the lead early. And from here, Nico is going to struggle. We throw an interception there, a bad interception on our part, and Terrion Arnold is looking to return it back and actually gives Alabama good field position to punch it in for a 14-0 lead. Looking to respond on this drive, we need a big gain. Jabari Small is going to get that, but he just fumbled, and Alabama picks it up. We're down 14-0. This is not good. Jalen Miller and Jace McClellan get back to work. We cannot tackle, and they're going to have a 21-0 lead. Going into half, Alabama will be up 24-0. and it's simply too much for us to handle as we lose 38-24. The number 5 Oklahoma Sooners are next. We simply do not get a break in the SEC. The sixth best offense in terms of scoring, going to be another tough test for the Tennessee Volunteers. Our defense does start out strong here, 2nd and 4, and we pick up a loss of 2. And we are doing really well against the run. Oklahoma is trying to run the ball, and we simply are not allowing it. Dillon Gabriel throws an interception on 3rd and 10. That is a good start for our defense. McCall is looking to run it back, and a nice return gives us the ball. Nico with a nice read option here. A good cut gets us to the 11-yard line, but later we can't punch it in as Nico gets stopped short on 4th and 2. With the game still scoreless, we're looking to take a deep shot here. Nico has a guy deep, and it's Squirrel White once again. A big playmaker for us gets all the way in the end zone late in the first half to put us up 7-0. Oklahoma is driving, and we need to get a stop. We get an interception. Aaron Beasley picks it off. Dillon Gabriel's second interception of the day. That is huge. Our defense is stepping up, and Nico is looking to respond, and he does not, as he throws a pick of his own, really killed the momentum we had there. Fortunately, it was at the end of the first half, so now we're looking to bounce back in the second. Nico is rolling out to the right, and this is one thing he's going to do really well is using his athleticism to get out in space, giving his playmakers a chance, and we get an incredible touchdown by Webb. Gabriel and the Sooners are looking to respond. A nice corner route here that beats our linebacker that picks up a nice 20-yard gain, and Oklahoma continues to pick up big play after big play, and oh, this is not good. Jalil Haruk all the way to the end zone. It's now 14-7. We're looking to get into plus territory, and we're going to throw an interception. Not a good throw once again. Turnovers continue to be a problem for us. Fortunately, we limit Oklahoma to just a field goal. It's almost like we don't want to win the game. Nico is going to throw another pick, another bad decision by us there, and Oklahoma will punch in to give themselves a 17-14 lead. We're pretty much derailing at this point, trying to take too much at one time, and we throw another interception. It's not looking good for us. Oklahoma's defense is just too good. Fortunately, our defense does step up a little bit here as we pick up a couple of stops, and on 3rd and 9, Dillon Gabriel is looking deep, can't find anybody, and it's going to nearly be interception to force a 4th down. All right, we're trying to get something nice and easy here. A good seam route here to Warren. That's a good start to this drive. On 4th down, we're looking for something big, and Dante Thornton, it's going to come up huge. The seam routes obviously are helping, but it's these fly routes, the go routes, that are really doing the most damage. We're up 21-17 late in the 4th quarter, under a minute, and Oklahoma is driving. We need to get a stop. Dillon Gabriel is carving up this defense. Another big reception there, and they do get in for a touchdown. Oh no. It's our first opportunity to come back with under 30 seconds here. Nico is going to roll out to the right. He's going to pick up a big first down there, stop the clock by going out of bounds. And then he finds Squirrel White on the right side to pick up a huge gain. 7 seconds left. We're looking deep, and Dante Thornton's going to come up big. We're going to win this game. A big touchdown by Dante Thornton. Nico finds him deep, and later we get an interception as Dillon Gabriel throws a bad pass as time runs out, and we win the game 28-24. We are a top 12 recruiting class, as we were getting 4- and 5-star recruits as well. The first year we finished 8-4 in the regular season. We get to play Kansas in our bowl game. Kansas should provide somewhat of a challenge with their ability to run the football. Not a good start to the game as Devin Neal is cutting up the middle. We can't bring him down, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Kansas Jayhawks. It's been a back and forth game, and Nico is going to punch in here to give us the lead heading into the 4th quarter. Jalen Daniels looking to respond, and our defense steps up in a big way, creating a turnover on 4th down, and it's a great way to end the season. Nico is player of the game. We finish 9-4. As we head into year 2, we're going to lose some top talent, Jabari Small being one of them. We lose quite a bit of pieces on the defensive side of the ball. We get some big time commits to get to our team, which helps us in recruiting, and we address some big time needs on defense. We finished 5th in the country, a good start to this rebuild heading into year 2. Training results is always fun. Get to see who is putting in the work. Jalen Wright obviously is not on the team anymore, so we'll be getting rid of him. We are seeing a number of players elevating their overall. We don't have anybody in the 90s outside of Wright, so that could be a problem, but there's still a ton of talent. We have a lot in the 85 to 89 range, so it should be a deep team. Offensive line in the secondary, our team needs once again, so recruiting should be more of the same in our second season. We do have a couple of JUCO transfers on our board here. Deshaun Elliott and Mitch Smith could be big time recruits if we're able to get them. Those would be instant impact players. We do get our first instant commit in James Martin at defensive tackle. We do need some help at that position, creating some depth. We come into the season ranked 19th overall. We're hoping, obviously, to improve upon that. But right now, we're sitting at 19. We also have two players on the first team All SEC. Kansas State is up first. An unranked Kansas State team is our first test of the season. Still should be a tough game to win. Our defense came to play, though. We get a nice stop there. And of course, right as I say that, our defense gives up a huge gain. Frias is going to get all the way in the end zone, a big time run. That is not a good start for Tennessee. Nico is looking to bounce back, though, looking to respond, hits Dylan Sampson over the middle. Dylan is going to be a big piece for us. And as Nico rolls out to the right here, he's going to run it in himself and get us on the board to start the season. Anthony Frias is making us look really bad, missed tackles, and struggled to take him down. Obviously hurts us. And then a nice throw here by their quarterback gets them inside the red zone, and they are going to get a touchdown to go up 14-7. As we're heading into the end of the first half, Nico is looking deep. Squirrel White once again is open to give us a big time score. Later in the game, we're going to add another touchdown to give us a 10-point lead. And as time is winding down, 41-38, Dylan Sampson breaks off a huge run, and we're going to get that 10-point cushion back. A big time win to start our season. We get a dose of reality, though, when we play LSU, as tackling is once again an issue. Garrett Nussmeier is making us look really bad. Our offense cannot protect Nico as he's looking to get the ball out, turns the ball over, and it's just a beatdown by the LSU Tigers. Nussmeier makes us look absolutely awful. Again, missed tackles are a problem, and Nussmeier carves us up for 376. Looking to bounce back against Oklahoma, the number 3 Sooners. We tied up early in the game, and we actually go for 2 to put us up by 1. And later in the first half, Nico looks over the middle, and he's going to get picked off. Interceptions continue to be a problem for us. We're not making smart decisions, and Jackson Arnold is making us once again look bad because we cannot tackle for the life of us. A big gain there as Oklahoma adds another touchdown there, and then we do throw another interception. We just simply cannot make good decisions, and we do lose the game 32-50. It's not affecting our recruiting, though. We got a number of commits to get on our team early on, and that leads us to the Georgia game. This is going to be tough. I have a feeling if we can't beat LSU and if we can't beat Oklahoma, it's going to be really tough to beat Georgia. We are down 3 here late in the second half. Early in the fourth quarter, Nico gets a nice run there, read option as we are trying to get in the end zone. And on 4th and 4, Nico picks up some big yards late in the game, and he's going to actually punch it in to give us the win. We're going to have to play both Georgia and Alabama every year, which makes this rebuild really difficult. And it makes it even harder when you're going to throw not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions to start the game. Even though we are tied at 21, it's not a good start. If we can just make better reads, we should be fine. Also, giving the ball to Dylan Sampson is a good option. And if we're going to make smart decisions, this offense should be able to move the ball quite efficiently. We are up 28-21 despite those turnovers, and we do add to our lead here with another Dylan Sampson touchdown. It gives us the win, a big win over Alabama. After a 1-3 start, we find ourselves with a ton of momentum, and we're absolutely taking it to West Virginia. They have no answer for our offense. From our rushing attack, Nico is making a lot of smart decisions as a passer, and we are getting in the end zone quite frequently. A 21-10 lead is going to be 28-10 to go into the half, and ultimately, we are too much for the Mountaineers. Big play after big play. The momentum continues as we head towards the end of the season. We finished the year 9-3, so an improvement upon last year. We're looking to get into double digits for wins, and we face USF in our bowl game. Nico's going to get the party started here with a nice deep ball, a laser shot to Dante Thornton, and later Dylan Sampson is going to punch it in for an early 7-0 lead. Later, deep in our own territory, an absolute dot by Nico there to get us into plus territory, and then we punch it in for another touchdown. Nico is in his bag right now. He is looking over the middle, finds a guy across the middle, and later we do punch it in. It's a 26-14 game, but Nico is going to add to that score, add to that lead, and we do find a way to win this football game. A great offensive performance by Nico and the Volunteers. Nico had an okay year. Again, interceptions are a problem. Dylan Sampson was a highlight at the rushing attack. We'd like to see a 1,000-yard receiver in year 3. Maybe Squirrel White or Dante Thornton can be that guy. We do see a number of other players hit the NFL draft, and we do get a couple of late commits to our recruiting class there. We do finish 4th overall in the country in recruiting, so the talent is definitely coming to campus. We see some huge jumps from players. We see Nico up to a 95 overall. Dylan Sampson is a 96. Defensively, Pierce is going to be our leader at 93, and we see Squirrel White at wide receiver all the way up to 92. Our schedule is going to be difficult. Like I said, we're facing Georgia and Alabama. The front end of that schedule will be rough. Starting off with the number 18 Auburn Tigers, I think that that's going to be a tough test for us, but a good way to show where we are, how far we have come. It's year 3, so we're going to take more shots. We're going to take more chances, and we get off to a great start. 4th and 7, we get into the end zone. Nico to Squirrel White, a combination we probably will see a lot this season. Nico's legs come into play here. Heath gets in for the score. Later, we add another touchdown to build our lead. And there's not much that Auburn can do. We get a nice pancake there. Nico will not be denied as he's going to get in the end zone to give us a 36-10 lead. Later, Dylan Sampson adds another touchdown, and Auburn has no answer for this offense. A huge opening statement for the Volunteers as we win 57-7. One of the games that tripped us up last year and the year before is the Oklahoma Sooners. It feels like maybe this year is different. We are under center, handing up to Dylan Sampson. It appears to be bottled up, but he breaks free. He's running across midfield, broken tackles. It looks like our defense from year 1 and year 2. We're going to get all the way in the end zone for a huge touchdown, a 69-yard touchdown. We need our defense to step up, and Jackson Arnold will get in space, and I spoke too soon. A missed tackle gets Jackson Arnold all the way into the open field, and he is going to respond to pull within 3. It's been a close game for the most part, and now we're looking to build a 3-score lead. We nearly throw a pick, but somehow Squirrel White comes away with that, and it's a 48-35 win. Nico has a big game for Tennessee. Another big matchup as the Florida Gators come to town. The number 9 Florida Gators were ranked 13th. 3rd and 5, and our defense is looking to get a big stop to get things started. A screen pass is going to go nowhere. First drive for Tennessee here, and we're looking for another seam shot. Fought not there, and later the rushing attack is going to showcase what it can do. Nico, with his legs, a big factor in our offense. Play action pass, another laser by Nico. His arm talent is really on full display, and later we're going to get within the red zone, within 2 yards. Dylan Sampson punches it in for an early lead. Jack Miller and Trevor Etienne are going to bounce back. They are going to answer, get a score of their own to tie things up. And later they'll actually add another touchdown. We find ourselves down 7. But one difference this year is Nico's arm talent, his ability to hit over the top, and Squirrel White is taking the top off the defense. Deep shot after deep shot. Nico's arm talent is making life very easy for our offense, and we're tied up at 21. Later, we have a 3-point lead, and Nico adds another score to give us a 10-point cushion. Deep in our own territory, and once again, the arm talent, it is on full display. Nico hits Nimrod for a huge touchdown, a 98-yard gain to give us a bigger cushion, one that we feel comfortable with, and ultimately leads to a big win. 45-42, an absolute barn burner of a win. Recruiting is going really well because we're winning, because we are ranked. We already have 2 commits here, and it's going to get better from there. Again, you're going to have to beat Georgia. You're going to have to beat Alabama. The number 9 Georgia Bulldogs with the top 5 scoring offense, a really good defense as well. This will be a tough test for us, and we're also on the road. I anticipate that we will struggle running the ball, but right now Dylan Sampson is making his presence known, a 13-yard gain, and Nico is looking to roll out to the right. Can't find anybody deep, but he's going to take a shot anyways, nearly throws a pick. And on 3rd and 6, we're looking over the middle, trying to hit a guy over the middle, but we cannot do it. This is a really good scoring offense for Georgia, but our defense appears that they've come to play. 2nd and 13 after a tackle for loss. You get a sack here to make it even more difficult on 3rd down. And even though Georgia picks up a bigger gain here, it's still 4th down and they have to punt. We haven't created much separation so far this game, but we do get a big play here. Nimrod's able to break free from the defense, pick up a big 1st down on that long 3rd down there. And on 4th and 1, Nico picks up a big 1st down. Dylan Sampson then punches it in for a huge touchdown. Georgia responds with the nice drive of their own, and on 1st down, we get a good stop in the red zone, and then we get another stop on 2nd down with a big hit, but on 3rd down, we cannot stop the passing attack, as Dylan Bell is able to get into the end zone. With our passing attack kind of struggling, we go back to the rushing attack, and Dylan Sampson does not disappoint. Picks up a first down there, and he continues to show why he's one of the best running backs in the SEC so far. We're not going to win against Georgia by only running the football, so we do have to take some passes here. We hit a couple of nice throws over the middle, really some nice lasers by Nico, and then we go back to the rushing attack. Khalifa Keith is going to pick up a big first down there, and later Nico is going to pick up another third down. First and goal, and we're going to struggle to get in the end zone. Nico can't provide a juke there. Dylan Sampson can't power his way in, but on third down, as the time's running out, Sampson does get in the end zone for a 14-7 lead. Dropping back to pass here, the pocket is collapsing, but Nico just gets the pass off. Fontenot picks up a big first down. Third down conversions are huge for this team, but on third down here, we don't pick it up. Tied at 14, we need our defense to step up, and we do get a big play there, a huge hit, a message sent. Brock Vandergriff is looking back to pass, and he does hit Muse over the middle on 3rd and 16. So disappointing. And then Burke is going to be wide open. We get juked out of our mind, and we're almost in the end zone there. Vandergriff does find his guy wide open in Oscar Delp. Down 21-14, we're looking to respond. A nice hitch route there, and we fumbled. Oh no, Walker picks it up. Our defense does get a stop though, and we're driving down the field. We're looking to make a play. Nico picks up some nice yards. He's almost in the end zone, and we fumbled again. Walker picks it up again. Somehow our defense makes another stop. We're down 7 still. A nice pass to Caleb Webb there. And on 1st and 10, we get sacked, which is really disappointing because we had the slot wide open. 2nd and 20, and we're looking deep. We have a guy wide open, and Nimrod does come down with it to get us in the red zone. Nico is going to punch it in from here to tie the game up at 21, and we make a gutsy call to go for 2, and we do get it as Nico rushes it in. 22-21, Brock Vandergriff is looking to respond. Has Georgia inside of the 40. We just need to make a stop here, try to keep them out of the end zone, but they keep completing passes, and it's 3rd and 1. Vandergriff is looking over the middle, can't find his guy, and we knock it down. It's 4th and 1. They're going to kick a long field goal, and it's good. Down 24-22, this is the moment that Nico wants. These are the moments that he prepares for. 42 seconds left, down 2. We get the drive started with an absolute dot into coverage, quadruple covered there, a nice throw by Nico. Later, we're looking for a guy deep. We do get separation. Who else but Squirrel White? With time running out, we're going to get a touchdown there, and we don't get the 2-point conversion, but we are up 28-24. We're just looking to tie it up, and oh my goodness, our defensive line is making a play, but oh no, Robinson's out in the open, and they are in plus territory. Just a few seconds left, and oh my goodness, West made a huge play. Last chance for the Georgia Bulldogs. Are looking deep, and they will not get it as a sack fumble is picked up, and time runs out. Nico is player of the game, 304 yards through the air. We do find a way to beat South Carolina 38-28 to remain undefeated, which leads us to the number 8 Alabama Crimson Tide. This is a really good defense, 2nd best rushing defense in the country, and it's going to be a tough test on the road. Both Alabama and Georgia are on the road. We do need to get off to a good start, but Jalen Milroe is not letting that happen. A big play on the ground for 20 yards. Later, Milroe is looking deep, trying to find a guy to open. He's going to throw an interception. A good start for the defense. 3rd and 13, although we're going to have the ball deep in our own territory. The running attack is going to get us out of this jam, give us a little bit of a cushion as a big first down run by Nico. And once again, his legs are getting us into good field position. Dylan Sampson does add to that as well. A good run by him, and we pick up another first down on 2nd and inches. We're going to stick with the run because that is working. Our rushing attack is giving it to Alabama. They don't have an answer so far, and read option is our go-to play right now. Sampson is going to punch it in here for a big touchdown to start this game, and later we add another one. Is it 14-0, and we make it 21-0 just shortly before the half. Second half is more of the same as Keith will punch it in to make it 28-10. Sampson is going to add another touchdown, 35-10, and a nice throw by Nico gives us a 42-17 win. We have an in-state rival as the number 9 Memphis Tigers are undefeated, and they are looking to pull off an upset. Their defense, and we're playing a lot of good defenses so far this year, and the Memphis Tigers have one of them. But unfortunately for Memphis, it's an absolute beatdown by Tennessee. The Volunteers absolutely take it to them. It's 49-21, and Nico adds another score, and we're still in the third quarter. 466 yards, 6 touchdown game for Nico. We are all the way up to number 1 in the country. We are 9-0 after a 63-21 win over Memphis, and Nico is actually first in the Heisman voting. We're all the way up to number 4 with 3 5-star recruits, 4 4-star recruits, so our recruiting is going well too. And late in the season, we're hoping to avoid a letdown game against Kentucky, an unranked opponent. We do break some records with Dylan Sampson, and we headed into the half, we're up 24-14. Kentucky does make it interesting as it's 24-17, but Dylan Sampson will add to our lead to make it 31. And 34-24, we once again get in the end zone, extending that lead. We avoid that letdown game with a 41-24 win. Finishing the year undefeated puts us in the SEC championship game against the number 9 Texas A&M Aggies. Their offense is really good, so our defense will be tested. And it's like our defense heard that because they get off to a blazing hot start. 2 stops on the run of Ruben Owens, and then a big time hit on Connor Wegman there to prevent a big pass on 3rd and 13 gives us the ball back. Nico can't find anybody downfield, so he's going to take off with his legs. He'll pick up a big first down on the first drive, and later he'll find Squirrel White on a nice hitch route. He gets Davis involved over the middle as well, and we are moving the ball down the field. And ultimately, Dylan Sampson, who else, will punch it in for a big score. Texas A&M gets their next drive off to a good start with an 8-yard run by Connor Wegman. And it looks like Ruben Owens picks up the first down, but he gets knocked back, and it's actually 3rd and 2, and we get a stop to force another punt. Nico is looking deep, can't find anybody. He's pressured, so he has to leave the pocket. They do trip him up with an ankle tackle for a 3-yard gain, and then a drop puts us at 2nd and 10 later. On 3rd and 12, we throw a deep ball that's nearly intercepted. Still 7-0, and we are struggling to move the ball down the field. Pressure is a problem, though we hit a slant on 3rd and 8 for a first down, and the rushing attack has not disappointed. That might be our feature going forward, but Nico does find Fontenot over the middle for a 14-10 lead. Texas A&M is not going away. They pick up a first down here. Ruben Owens runs over one of our guys. And later, some nice passes by Connor Wegman, some big chunk plays to Noah Thomas, and then to Evan Stewart, as Stewart is going to find extra running room, pick up extra yards, and find his way into the end zone. It's 14-7. And actually, after a missed kick, it's 14-6, and Nico looks to respond with a nice bubble pass, and we are out and running on the edge. A nice pickup there on a simple bubble pass. Nico is also looking to add more yards, getting to the end zone eventually, and he does that as we throw another bubble screen to go up 21-6. Looking over the middle, we do complete a slant. It's bobbled, and it's picked off somehow. Our defense does respond in a big way and ultimately gives us the ball back. And Nico's looking to add a dagger here as he throws it deep. Another interception, though, as time is running out in the first half. Not really worried about it, but obviously we don't love throwing a pick. Second half is a fresh start, and Nico is seeing pressure once again. He's rolling out to right. He has Dylan Sampson over the middle, and he does find them. Sampson's going to pick up extra yards. He's inside the 30, trying to get inside of the 20. A big 29-yard reception there, and we do punch it in. Squirrel White gives us another touchdown. Keith adds to our lead. Suddenly it's 35-9. Dylan Sampson is set to have a big game, but he breaks off a big run there to almost break into the 40s. And later we do complete a pass to get us up 42-9, which gives us the win, a big time win to win an SEC championship. Nico finishes 2nd in the Heisman. Dylan Sampson finishes 4th. Evan Pryor does win the Heisman Trophy from Ohio State, and fitting enough, we face the Buckeyes in the national championship game. Stopping Evan Pryor will be our priority. The rushing attack is really good, 7th best in the country for Ohio State, and it's going to be a big game against the number 2 Buckeyes. Evan Pryor is showing us why he won the Heisman Trophy. He's getting out because we have no contain, a big run to start the game for Ohio State. After that, though, it's not huge plays for Ohio State, some chunk yards. They do pick up first down through the air, but they're able to stall eventually as our defense picks up a nice stop on 3rd and 4 here and forces the field goal. First drive, we're looking to pick up some big chunk plays. A screen pass is going to get us big yards. Dylan Sampson tries cutting back, does pick up the first down, and later the crossing routes are really hurting Ohio State's defense. And later on 1st and 10, Lance Fontenot will pick up a big first down there. And on play action, Nico rolls out to the right. Nobody is open, and he is going to run it himself and nearly loses the football there as we fumble out of bounds. Fortunately, Dylan Sampson's able to punch it in one play later. Really don't have an answer for Evan Pryor right now. He continues to gash our defense, and we simply cannot stop him. Big play after big play for him, and it is the reason why he won the Heisman Trophy. Ohio State is looking to score and is picked off by Matthews. That is a huge interception. He's going to take it all the way back. What a shift in momentum. Matthews going all the way back, up 7-3. We're now up 14-3. And from there, our defense has all of the momentum right now. A sack of Devin Brown there, and the defense has too much for this Ohio State offense. And on 3rd and 25, Devin Brown's looking deep, picks up 22 yards, but it's a 4th down. Nico is looking for it all right here. We'll take a deep shot, and it's going to be interception. Brown is picking it off, and that is not good as Ohio State does eventually punch it in to make it suddenly 14-10. We get the ball back from here, and Nico does respond in a big way. No turnover, gets in the end zone for a 21-10 lead. And from there, it's all Tennessee. 28-10 with that touchdown, 35. And Ohio State does not have an answer for this offense. Later, we put in another touchdown with the backups, and that is going to give us the national championship. Tennessee is a good program. They're definitely capable of recruiting at a high level, and Nico is going to be a fun player for them in the future. Let me know who you want to see next in this series. Tennessee was really fun, but they're kind of at the top. Maybe we do a little bit more difficult one next time. But the Tennessee Volunteers are officially back at the top of college football.